Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax. Voice is a little bit. I was out singing, dancing, having a great time last night. That's what happened. Today's video is a bit of a paradox because saving it for yourself implies that you keep something just for you, and that's basically the thesis of this video. However, talking about it kind of negates the whole point of saving something for yourself. So this is one of the few videos where I will not really be going into very specific details, and I'm not asking you to comment things that you saved for yourself. But I think it's important to talk about it and make sure that we're all on the same page, because this is a very healthy and helpful thing to have in your life. So here we go. There are things that I personally keep completely to myself. And these aren't judgy comments. These aren't negative thoughts, although some of those things exist. These are things, practices, ideas that I have, little quirks, just funny things that my brain does, that if I tried to tell even my closest friend, they wouldn't get it, or they'd be like, that's kind of weird, or like, that's how your brain works. So I basically keep these things to myself because they're mine. They're private. They're my little joys in life. And these are things that I do when I'm all alone, when I'm driving home alone after the gym or a late night drive, that, I truly enjoy. They're just for me. They make me feel like myself. Like, they are very grounding. They're very comforting. These are like your comfort things. And if you're happy to share them, by all means. A few of them, just to give you details, I'm not going to share them all because they're just for me. But it can just be like little games I play in my head, my little imagination, the way it runs, the way it sort of thinks about things, specific songs that bring back good memories, things like that. The way that I keep things in my life, the little accessories I have in my life, the meaning that I have to them. Like, I'm just holding this underneath the shirt. But these are things that mean a lot to me, but also don't mean like they're not incredibly binding. They're just things that make me who I am. And I save them for myself. I keep them quiet. They're not terribly interesting. Like, a lot of these things, if I told you them, they'd just be like, oh, okay, that's interesting, kind of, not really. And I think that's the beauty in them, is that they're not these exceptional things. I'm not like stamping my feet 4 times before I go through a door or something like that. These are quirks and intricacies and little things that make me feel like me. And they also make me feel different than other people, because I don't think people do a lot of these little ticks and quirks and thought processes and imagination, like daydreamings. A lot of these things I just save to myself. I really enjoy. They're very quirky, and I don't know why I enjoy them. It might go back to childhood. It might go back to something I saw that inspired me. But in general, these things are things I save for myself. And like I said before, they're not terribly interesting or central to who I am and what I do, but they're just these little extras, they're an addition to, not an exception because of. So I think it's important to have these little quirks and these little things, and maybe you do share them with other people. It's probably not a big deal, because other people will just be like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe a bit TMI, but whatever. And at the absolute most, maybe your friends and family like adapt or incorporate these little weird tics and things that you do, or these little things that you just keep to yourself, a lot of thoughts and a lot of emotions and things. I feel like guys tend to have these more than girls. I think girls are pretty open and they share absolutely everything. And that can be great if it's a strategy that works for you and the community that you have and the people you have in your life. But I think guys tend to just have these thoughts and these ideas and these daydreamings that don't get shared. You just keep them inside and you just kind of enjoy them for yourself. And I guess that's the main focus of this video, is being able to enjoy these things by yourself and take simple pleasure out of the way you do it. The way I make a cup of tea, the way that I enjoy my lunch in a very specific way. These are just little things that I enjoy and that I like. And I have things that are kind of the opposite of that. They're things that I don't like doing and I avoid doing that I've never shared with anybody. And they're nothing super dramatic, but it just makes me feel like a very individual, separate, different human being. And it's not a case of feeling super unique, but it just kind of grounds me in my personhood, I guess is a way of saying it. Like it makes me feel quite different and unique than other people, but not in like a superior way. You know, I think about it like it makes me the human I am. And if somebody tried to replace me just by sort of watching these videos or, you know, getting to know me over the course of a few decades or something, they still wouldn't get everything right. And these things are things that are just me. They're just mine. And everyone has these unique, they're like the fingerprints of life. You know, they're these unique traits and quirks that we have that you don't really know why they exist, but they just do. And they they create this unique fingerprint of identity and who you are. And I think they're really special. And I was thinking of this over the weekend, just sort of deciding how to phrase this and how these things impact my life and slightly steer it in a different direction, or, you know, they waste a few minutes of my day in a good way. And I think they're really important to have. And I think if you watch this video and over the next week, you identify your unique fingerprints in life, these unique little traits and quirks that are just yours, you might come to appreciate yourself just that little bit more and just say, you know what, like I am really irreplaceable. It would be impossible for someone to clone me and try and mimic my upbringing and my family and all of the intricate little things. And to know that in this huge, infinite, massive universe that you are truly unique and individual, and right down to these minute little ridges on your fingers, these unique little patterns. You have something that has never existed in this universe before, and it will never exist again. You know, even if you have children, even if you are an identical twin, you have this unique signature and characteristic that makes you so special and exceptional. So I think that was my thought when I was initially coming up with this, and it really did bring a smile to my face. Just this idea that no, I'm unique in a different way. You know, we can all get a participation medal, we can all place on the rankings, but despite those rankings and removing them from your mind, like you have something that nobody else has, and you actually have a lot. You have an infinite number of these intricate little signatures and defining characteristics that make you who you are. And they range from your beliefs about the universe and where we go when we die and your relationships, right down to these minute little details that make you who you are and make you special. So I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's worth talking about the details. And yeah, I'd love to know what you think about it. Like I said, I don't need to know about the unique quirks and characteristics and your signature. I'm happy to listen to them. I love reading your comments and getting to know you guys. But just think about them and how it makes you so unique and special and interesting and complex in a good way, a very good complexity that is sophisticated and minute. And, you know, most people don't see those details. And I think that's so exceptional. So let me know your thoughts on these unique fingerprinted details and intricacies of life. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, week, month, year, century, whatever you're having. I hope it's amazing. I hope you're doing well. Take care of yourself. Give yourself the credit, because you are just as unique as any one of these little details. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.